grade, you are working on your reviews, yes?
Yes.
Not your reviews, your warm-ups. 8th grade, you're working on your... Oh, I'm going to move my face. Move my face. 2.1. We are learning about translations today. Okay, you should be writing the key vocabulary in your journal with the definition. And you need to draw this slide picture right here of this shape sliding. And then we're going to do the example 1 here in just a moment. Okay, I want to go over these vocab words real quick. A transformation is when a figure changes into another figure. The new figure is called the image. A translation is when you have a transformation where the figure slides but does not turn or rotate. It's in the exact same position, just it slid across the graph. Same distance in the same direction. Okay, all of the things we're going to be learning in this lesson are transformations. They're all going to be different. Some are translations, some are rotations, some are reflections. Okay, so everything's a translation from one shape moving to another. However it moves, that's a translation. A transformation. A translation is when it slides. Okay? All right, example 1 in your journals. All right. For example 1, you're going to tell me whether the blue figure is a translation of the red figure. So basically you're looking at the red figure first and deciding, did the blue figure translate? Did it move or not? What do you guys think? Red to blue. Is it a translation or not? Elena?
A is a translation.
A is a translation? Camila, do you believe? Yes. See how the shape is in the exact same, it hasn't rotated or flipped or anything? It just slides. So yes, A would be a translation. So put yes. Question?
So it does not matter how it slides.
It does not. It can go up, down, left, right, diagonal, as long as the figure itself doesn't change directions. It just slid around. For B, would B be a translation or not?
No.
Not. Why not? Elena?
Because it doesn't slide.
Yeah, because it flipped over. It fell on its side. It turns. So this one would not be a translation. So you'd say no. Any questions? All right, go do the try-its. Try-its 1 and 2. So 8th grade, you're writing the key idea. You have to write this paragraph. You don't have to sketch it unless that helps you. But you do need to write this at the bottom so that I can explain it. Shh. 7th grade. Whisper. So while you're writing, I'm going to read this to you. Translations in a coordinate plane. You guys know a coordinate plane. Whenever you hear that, it means graph, right?
Oh, yeah.
To translate a figure, A units horizontally and B units vertically in a coordinate plane, you add A to the X coordinate and B to the Y coordinate. Y'all need to learn how to whisper over there. Positive values of A and B represent translations up and right. Negative values represent down and left. So this is, okay, everybody just look up here for a minute. Stop what you're drawing. So what they're saying is, when I want to translate this figure, I have to translate each point on this triangle. So if I'm translating B to B, I take this point. Where is this on the X line? It's at -1, right? So I had to go how many to the right? 4, right? So I take -1 and I'm adding 4 to it. And then I have to go down how many? 1, 2, 3. So on the X, I'm saying +4. And on the Y, I'm saying -3. That's how I translated this. We're going to practice this. Don't worry. Okay? I have to do that for each point. So this is what it looks like when you write it out. This algebra. XY is the original value. And what am I doing to each coordinate? Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. For the X, I'm adding A. For the Y, I'm adding B. Okay, the figure in a translation does not change shape. It doesn't get bigger, smaller, rotate. It just slides in a translation. Okay? All right, does everybody have this written? I'm going to do an example. All right, so everybody watch up here. We're going to translate the red triangle 3 units right and 3 units down. First, we need to find what are the coordinates. So where's B at?
2, 5.
2, 5. Say X first. It's okay. So you're going to take that and move. Oh, okay, they started with A, sorry. So they grabbed A and they went 3 to the right and 3 units down. And they did C, 3 to the right, 3 units down. B, 3 units to the right, 3 units down. Now I have the 3 vertices of my triangle. Now you just connect them and you have the exact same shape.
Wow.
So that's the new triangle, the new image. Okay, if I were to write this algebraically, move my face. The new point, A with a little comma. Nope, that's not a comma. Apostrophe, thank you. This means the new A is at 1, 2. If I look over here, is that at 1, -2?
Yes.
It is. The new B is at 5, 2, and the new C is at 4, -1. That's what that little apostrophe means. It's the new letter. Okay? Sure. Okay, here's method 2. Do I need to go back?
Yeah.
Give y'all a minute to write that down. So all they did was after they took a coordinate plane, because you can do this algebraically. You don't have to graph it. That's the nice part. All they did is it told you we're going to translate 3 to the right and 3 down. So they grabbed each of the points, went 3 to the right and 3 down. And you just count it on your graph. Did everybody have that? Water dripped out of the lid on my face. All right, I'll give you just a minute. All right, so now let's look at method 2. So now we're going to use the coordinates and add 3 to the x and -3 to the y. Why are we adding -3? Say it. Because
3 units down, 3 units.
Because it told us we had to go 3 units down. So on the y, we're going to subtract 3. All right, so for A, here's our A point. We're at -2, 1. So for the x value, what are we adding? 3. What are we doing for the y value? -3. So you see they stretched open your point, and they said, okay, for the new x, we have to do -2 plus 3. And for the new y coordinate, we have to do 1 minus 3. So this is how you mathematically do to find the new coordinate. So what is -2 plus 3?
1.
1. And what is 1 minus 3? -2. So here's the new point. Without us on the graph counting it, we just algebraically solved it. Question?
Is it the same if it says like go 3 up? Would it still be?
Then it'd be plus 3 instead of -3. If it says go 3 units up, this would be a plus 3. If this said go 3 units to the left, this would be -3. Remember, left is negative, down is negative on a graph.
Okay.
Right and up are positive. Okay, so this is what we're doing to every single point. So let's look at C. Or no, let's look at B, obviously. B is at 2, 5. So again, we're going to take the 2 and add 3 because we went to the right 3. And we're going to take the 5 and subtract 3 because we went down. So our new point, what's 3 plus 2? 5. So my new x value is 5. And my new y value is 5 minus 3? 2. So here's my next point on the graph at 5, 2. Starting to click?
Yeah. No.
All right, let's do question.
You always add x and then subtract y.
No, it depends if I go left or right. X is the x. This is the x line, right? This one right here. So on the x line, if I go to the left, I'm subtracting. If I go left, If I'm moving to the right, I'm adding. So that's how you decide whether you're adding or subtracting. It told us we're going 3 units to the right. So we're adding. On the y value, if I go up, you're adding. If I go down, you're subtracting. It said we're going down, so we're subtracting. Good question. Great question. All right, so C is at 1, 2. So again, we're doing the same step. We're going to add 3 to the x value and subtract 3 from the y value. So 3 plus 1 is 4, and 2 minus 3 is -1. So here's our new coordinates for the new. Now the nice thing is if it's just asking what are the coordinates of the new image, which is all is, you don't actually have to ever graph this if you don't want to. You can just tell me A is this, B is this, and C is this. And that's your answer.
So we don't have to graph it.
You don't have to graph it unless it specifically says graph your answer. Now the nice thing is you can choose which method to use. If you prefer to graph, that's easier for you, that's fine. I will tell you, you will see this again in your life. So I would get to where you can practice this. Okay, if you guys can understand how this works, you're ahead of the game when you get to high school.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So here's relisted. A is the new coordinate, B, new coordinate, C, new coordinate. All right, do your next set of triads. Does anybody need me to leave this up for a minute so you can copy? That's fine. Take your time. Okay, last example. Okay, here we go. Shh. A landscaper represents a park by using a coordinate plane. He draws a square with vertices. You guys know what vertices means?
Yes.
It's where 2 lines meet. At the corners. Corners is a good thing, but think of triangles as well. Come sit back up here. Okay, so it has the square vertices of this park. To represent the location of the new fountain. City officials want to move the fountain 4 units left and 6 units up. So 4 units left, is that positive or negative? Negative. 6 units up, is that positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay, so we're going -4 on the x and +6 on the y. We're going to find the coordinates of the new image, draw the original figure, and the image in a coordinate plane. So in this case, you have to draw both. All right, so first we're given the coordinates for the vertices of a fountain. And then we're going to find the translation, right? We're moving the fountain. I've already said all this. So to find the coordinates, we're subtracting 4 from all the x's, and we're adding 6 to the y's. So here's what the algebra equation would look like. The old xy, we're going to subtract 4 from the x and add 6 to the y. So, if the first point is at 1, -2, as it is up here, I'm going to write this as 1 and then what? -4.
-3.
And then y +6 for the new y coordinate. So when I do the translation, what is my new A point at x? -3. I pointed at you. You didn't respond fast enough. And what's my new y coordinate?
8. Oh, 4.
It's a -2, so it'd be 4. So this is my new A vertice. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's try B. So the B is 3 and -2. So I'm going to write 3, and we're going to subtract 4, because I'm still moving to the left 4. And then I'm going to say -2 plus 6, because I'm still moving up 6. So what's my new x value for B, Elena? -1. What's my new y value for B, Camila? 4. So -1, comma 4. Make sense?
Yes.
Am I going too fast?
No, ma'am.
You sure? Yell at me if I'm going too fast. I'm
Yes.
just scream. That's okay, now you sound like you're mooing. Shh. Okay, write that down. Everybody got it?
Wait, almost.
gonna throw something at him before the end of the school year. I know it.
What are you gonna do? Get your paw off.
Are you going to PM?
Okay, the C value is at 3, -4. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm taking my X value, subtracting 4, and my Y value, adding 6. What is the X value for my new C, Elena?
-1.
-1. And what is the Y value, Josh?
2.
I believe. That was stressful. So my new C coordinate is at -1, 2. Comprende?
Sí, comprendo.
Comprendo. Very good. All right, and the D value, 1, -4.
No, I got the gun. No. Calm down, Mom. Don't pull it.
What have you done? Wait, can I have it?
You want me to explain it out loud on camera while your mom can go watch this? All right. Then you know what you did. Shh. All right. So the translation again, I'm taking the X value, subtracting 4, the Y value plus 6. What is my new value for X, Daisy?
-3.
-3. What is my new Y value, Kerwin? What's the new Y value for the last one?
2.
-3, 2. Yay! Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Daisy is falling. Okay, what is the other part we have to do? Shh. We have to draw the original figure and the image in a coordinate plane. So where does the original figure go? Josh? Right there.
A.
We use these coordinates.
Yes.
Okay? Magic. Connect to them. So this is where the original fountain is. Now, which way is it going to go?
Right.
Left, how many?
4.
And up, how many?
6.
So it's going to go over and up. So it's going to end up here, right? Magic.
Wow.
So you translated the red value to the blue value.
understand why I had so much trouble in this.
Because you needed me. Oh, hold on.
Is that Elliot?
All right, so the last step you guys need to do is make sure you finish all the way through number 8. This is your assignment. If you have not finished it by class, then you need to finish it by tomorrow. We have all kinds of hands up. What is your question? Is this math related?
Yes.
Shh.
I'm having trouble on 8.
On 8? Okay. Because he skipped ahead. Do you have a question in math related?
Not anymore.
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Right there?
All right, I'm going to stop recording now.
Okay.
Good luck on your math.